Hello and welcome to another demonstration of the new IRIS CRM user interface, or UI. Today we're going to go over some of the new features and functionality on the My Leads page. As you can see from my screen, this is a pretty normal view of the My Leads page from what you're used to seeing in the legacy view. We have the accordion drop downs with the category and status of the leads and the leads that are in that status available when you expand it. It's just placed within the frame of the new user interface. Again, pretty similar. However, you may notice here across the top, we have a new kind of quick reference bar with certain stats about the count of leads in a given status or that actions are coming up for and things like that that you may want to kind of filter by or know or be able to reference and have that information available. There are also filters. So if you click on one of these boxes, you will filter your leads down to the leads that apply to that filter. So going back to total leads quick, and total leads is pretty self-explanatory. You will see that each of these has a tooltip to explain what we mean by the title of that quick reference or of that filter. So, upcoming events, it means that leads in that categorization have an upcoming event, either a task or appointment, within the next 7 days. So, if I filter by that, I have two. I may want to just know quickly, who do I have tasks or appointments with in the next week and do my prep for those, depending on how far out I'm, prepping for those types of events. So Bryson Associates, I have a task next week on the 9th. So good to know. Maybe I have to do some prep work or I'll go check in on the lead, or maybe I don't need to know that. Anyway, moving forward. You will also see here at the top that there's a toggle between list and table. So list is the traditional view, the one you're used to from legacy. If we go to table, it displays all of the same data, but in a more structured, organized table format, in case you want to export it that way or sort the columns and the data in that way or select them in order to manage the leads using kind of a more typical approach to comparing your data. So you can switch between those and choose which one you prefer, and you have both available to you. Now, when it comes to filters, and we're going to go back to total leads for this, and I'm going to do it from the list view. Since the list view still has the filters here on the side, so it's easy to see, it says I don't have any saved views. So saved views are new. And what we're going to do is create a view, which is once I've changed the default filters by at least one. So for example, let's look at my leads that are assigned to me. That's probably important for me to know, and I would probably want to reference. And maybe I want to break this down further, and we're going to do just a specific group. So I've selected New York. And these are the leads that are assigned to me in the group New York and their statuses. So this is probably something I'm not going to only do once. I'm probably going to consistently want to see leads assigned to me based on this group and possibly others. So I'm going to save this as a new view. And I'm going to call this Marco's New York Leads. Check mark to save it and create that new view. So I have my first view. If I had multiple views, I could select from the drop down and change between the views, and it would apply the filters that have been saved in the view. Once I've created a view, I can select it as my default view, meaning that if I check this and make it my default, when I come to this page again, whether I log out or just navigate to a different page and then come back to my leads, this will be the view that I see when I come back. It'll show me my leads that are in the group New York. Saved views are only applicable to the user that creates them. They cannot be shared across users, groups, user classes, etc. So you can't have, for example, a manager create dashboards for everyone and say, these are your default views. You would have to explain that to each user or user group, however you do training, in order for them to create the dashboard for themselves and say, hey, you should create this view, set it as your default. So every time you log in, you see all of your leads that are assigned to you and you can start working them. If I want to clear these filters, I just click reset, and the saved views apply to both the table and the list view. In the list view, you'll see the same information regarding the lead as you have before. You can select them, and actions are here in order to send mass emails, mass SMS if the user has those permissions, and the other actions that you're used to. You can select multiple leads across categories. It'll tell you how many you've selected. So one from the inactive status and three leads in total, including the two from down here plus the one inactive. So that's pretty normal functionality. And you can also search within a category if your category has, hundreds and hundreds of leads and you want to find a specific one from this page. So that is the core updates to the My Leads page and the new user interface. We hope it helps. We're excited about saved views. We hope you are too. Let us know your thoughts and any feedback you have. We're very excited for you to use the new UI. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.